Hey everybody, it's Jeff Beers here from the 40 Finance channel, and today I've got 5 of my favorite investing quotes for long-term investors. These are little things that I jot down off to the side of my computer on a sticky note and just sort of remind me all the things that we're working for together when we go through long-term investing. So let's jump right in. The first quote here is from an Indian American investor, Monish Pabrai. And Monish says, you don't make money when you buy stocks, and you don't make money when you sell stocks. You make money by waiting. And this to me is so true. And sometimes when you look at your portfolios, particularly when they're down and you want to just jump out and protect all your investments, this quote kind of grounds me in the sense that when we're buying and holding and all those things, it's a long-term journey. And particularly when we're buying, we haven't done anything yet, right? We're just capturing while we can and waiting for the value of good companies to go up over time. Next quote is from Philip Fisher, who's a legendary investor and author. The stock market is filled with individuals who know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. This quote, for me anyway, reminds me of how much research and understanding we need to do as investors, right? Just knowing that Coca-Cola is $52 or whatever it is for the day doesn't make us good investors. We have to understand the business of Coca-Cola and be able to describe in a few words what makes it worth our time for investing. What does the future hold for Coca-Cola? Today's price is irrelevant if it's not stacked to another metric like growth, earnings, you name it. Price alone tells us very little. All right, next up is famous Warren Buffett. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. This reminds me each and every day of what to look at. What am I expecting to get when I pay a certain price for the stock? And usually I'm looking for a slightly downtrodden stock that has the opportunity to go up over time. But this quote right here makes me ask the question to myself, if I bought XYZ company at $10, what do I think that share is actually worth? Am I getting a good deal? And when you take a breath for a second and you ask yourself that question, you can prevent a lot of mistakes and you can force yourself to look outward a couple years before you push the buy button. This quote right here is from Peter Lynch, who's another legendary investor. He ran a mutual fund. He's an author, all those things. Know what you own and know why you own it. This is some advice I probably could have used way earlier in my life to understand what I'm buying and why do I even want it in the first place, right? It's so hard sometimes when you first get into investing, and even today when I have a little bit more ease of access to money to invest, you read website articles, you see social media, you see stock ticker names flying all over the place, and you're kind of like, ooh, shiny object syndrome. And you have to revert yourself back to Peter Lynch's quote right here. Know what you own, know why you own it. Why did you buy Google stock, Apple stock? Why? What do you think is going to happen when you bought it at X amount price? Did you buy it for the dividends? Did you buy it for the growth? Do you believe in their business plan going forward? Any of those are acceptable answers, but you have to know why you bought it, and it can't simply be to make money. You have to know, even with dividends, you have to be able to say, I believe Apple will be making significant earnings over the long term. Therefore, I believe their dividend structure will increase over time, and I am not concerned that the company will go bankrupt, any of those things. Talk it out to yourself, right? To convince yourself to make the investment, much like you would at any store when you're comparing two products. And if you get back to this quote right here, it really will make you feel good when you make the purchase. All right, last quote of the day, a little bit of a long one, but it's one of the first investors that I studied. He's more in real estate, Robert Kiyosaki. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. This quote really resonates with me because with my family, although we've always had enough money to put dinner on the table, to live in a house and have some opportunities for higher education, etc., there hasn't been a lot of like cross-generational wealth, right? You think about some of the things that you read about in books, whether it's the Rockefellers or Bill Gates or whoever, and how many generations in the future their business endeavors have supported. It's unbelievable. I certainly don't expect to get to Bill Gates level in my life, but what I'd like to do, particularly as a father of 3 kids, is just pass along a good start for the next generation. So for my 3 kids, just giving them an opportunity to make a decision after high school, whether it's go to college, start a business, whatever, just be there and give them a head start so that they can succeed and continue the tradition of investing wisely and setting their children up for a strong future too. So the part about how many generations you keep it for is really makes a lasting impression on me, and maybe that works for you too. So that's my 5 investment quotes for long-term investors. These are ones that I look at periodically throughout the year, just refresh my memory of what my strategy is, how I look at companies, how I want to be able to understand what I'm investing in, that I'm investing for the long-term future, and just ground me, get me away from the hype and the social media and all those things that go on with the stock market that can really pull your attention away. These quotes for me, they just ground me and give me a quick reminder of what it is I'm aiming for. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and share with your friends. I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video.